The medieval gallows, a forest of the hanged. Beyond the walls of every medieval city, along the dusty roads that wound through the countryside, there stood a sight both dreaded and unforgettable, the gallows field. It was a place of judgment, of terror, and of death. To enter a city, a traveler often had to pass beneath the swaying corpses of criminals, traitors, and outcasts, their bodies left to rot in the wind, their bones picked by crows, their faces unrecognizable save for the horror they inspired. These were not mere executions. They were monuments of warning, messages written in flesh and bone to all who approached. And for centuries, they stood as grim forests of the hanged, rotting reminders that law and power in the medieval world were written in blood. The gallows was more than wood and rope. It was a theater, a stage of death where justice was acted out before the public. When a man or woman was sentenced to hang, it was not carried out in secret. Instead, it was turned into spectacle. Crowds gathered, vendors sold food and drink. Children clambered onto shoulders to glimpse the dying struggle. The condemned would be paraded through the streets, sometimes with a rope already around the neck, forced to carry the very ladder or beam upon which they would die. Their crimes were proclaimed aloud, their names cursed, and then, beneath the open sky, their lives were ended as their bodies jerked and twisted on the rope. Hanging was slow. The drop that broke the neck instantly would not be perfected until later centuries. In the Middle Ages, hanging meant strangulation. The noose tightened, the condemned clawed at the rope, eyes bulging, tongue swelling, feet kicking wildly. The crowd watched as the life was choked from them, a drawn-out death that could take minutes. Sometimes, in crueler cases, the executioner would tug at the victim's legs to hasten the end. Sometimes, families or friends would cling to the body to put them out of their misery. More often, they were left to writhe, their final agony laid bare for all to see. But death was only the beginning.